Hey you guys, what's going on? My name is Ethnic and be welcome to my newest video. Today I am bringing you a review about the latest version of Vegas Pro, Vegas 14. As you might know or not, Magix bought Vegas. So from here we have a lot to expect from these guys because Magix has a lot of talented people working there and they have really great potential. So here we have the Vegas web page, the new one, and as you can see it's very fresh and clean. We got a new design, got some new stuff about here. As you guys know, Vegas is sold in 3 different ways, which are Vegas Pro 14 Edit, Vegas Pro 14 and Vegas Pro 14 Suite. From these 3 versions, I really recommend you to buy the Vegas Pro 14 Suite. You know, Suite Pack is always the most complete one you can get on Vegas because it contains a lot more material than the other versions, and because it's a really full version. You know, on Vegas Pro 14 Suite you can find even more plugins than on the basic version, you know. For example, this year Magix implemented a new tracking feature for Vegas, which does amazing motion tracks that you can find here, and which does the same effect as on Adobe After Effects. You know, a lot of people have been asking this for so many years ago. Then these guys just remembered and implemented this. I really think it's great because you don't need to go to Adobe After Effects to make the second part of the post-production, and you can make it right here on Vegas. And in my opinion, I think it does really take a lot of work, you know, and the workflow gets better and even more fast. They also have invested on the new effect, which is Boris, you might know or not, and the greatest case of this effect on the new Vegas, it's the Chroma King. You know, you can make really sweet Chroma Kings with green screens and a lot of stuff with this Boris effect. They have really worked hard on it and it seems to be really stable. I'm sure you can use it. Another thing they implemented on the new Vegas is the proDAD Mercalli V4. This plugin works really great for your shaky footage that you record nowadays, and it's really cut headaches, if you know what I mean. So you can just say goodbye to your wobble skills and distortion on your filmmaking, and yeah, they just put a powerful engine on this plugin. Another thing we can find here on this new, surprisingly, Vegas version is the Titler Pro 3 provided by NewBlueFX. These guys have been working really hard on this, and I can say, in my opinion, this is really just great because you can create amazing stuff and amazing design using the text tool, you know. And this doesn't end here, because with this you can create 3D titles and you can animate it like on Cinema 4D and Adobe After Effects, and you can just make it into one single software named Vegas. This is really amazing, and now let's jump into Vegas and let's go for it. So here we are on Vegas, and the first thing you notice here is the logo. They changed the logo. It's normal because they have migrated to another enterprise, Magix. And if you look closely, the logo now is like 2 film strips crossed. I don't know what's the meaning of this, but I mean, the negative stuff they do on the middle looks like Illuminati. They changed the icons on the interface. In my opinion, it's really better. They look fat with a great design. a simple and contrasty one. But don't worry, you won't get lost because the logo icons aren't that different, so it's not a problem. Another thing they changed on the new version of Vegas was the thing that we think that was really unnecessary on the other versions. Trimmer. Trimmer has come to Vegas to save our lives and to save our time. You know, I'm going to show you why at this time. If you look closely on this little timeline, it belongs to the trimmer. And if you select some region about here, you can simply drag it out into the main timeline. What this does, this is going to save a lot of time from you if you are editing video and stuff. It will save time and memory from your computer because it's only going on trimmer and cut it off and it's done. You don't have to push all the videos to the timeline and cut them all here because they will really consume space, I mean, on the timeline, and that's really useless. And now we can say really big thanks to this trimmer stuff that Vegas implemented. Another thing you can do is if you put the mouse right on you want, the trimmer will cut after that trimmer point you put. For example, if you click on this button, it had all the video after that trimmer button I pressed. So this is really great tool they implemented, and I'm really satisfied with this. I hope you will too. You just have to test it out. I really like the design of this, you know, it's really flat, it's simple, it's new, it's fresh. It's really something that we can see that Magix invested. So now let's talk about the two big tools Vegas implemented on this version. They are called Smart Zoom and Smart Upscale. We're going to start from Smart Upscale. I'm going to apply it right here, and as you can see, nothing happens. It apparently doesn't make any change that you can see apparently, you know. It's like really minutious, and it's something that you can use, for example, if you have a 1080p video and you have a 4K project. If you apply these effects into your 1080p video, it will automatically convert the size of your video to 4K. From what I see, from the much I have been using this, that it won't make that big amount of quality loss, you know, if you pass this video to 4K resolution. If I apply here the sensitivity to 400 and the scale about, let's say, 4, you can't even notice anything here, but when you render it out, you will see. And now talking about the Smart Zoom plugin, let's apply it into our video. And as you can see, this one is really similar to the other effect, Smart Upscale, but in this case, for example, if you want to zoom in some part of your video, let's say about here, you can choose the amount of zoom you want to make it, and you can choose the sensitivity, the noise sensitivity of this. The more zoom you put on your video, the higher quality it will lose. So you have to apply noise sensitivity with higher levels to not lose so much pixels. You know, another big feature that Vegas put on this version this time is something that all the people who have been asking on Vegas. Because, for example, on Premiere Pro, you can set it up the speed for almost as much as you want. You know, in comparison to Vegas, previously Premiere and After Effects have a control speed really higher than Vegas. So this time they decided to put this feature on Vegas And so now you can speed up your video until 40 times. So now you have a big envelope, and this means that your video can be speed up until 1000%, and it's something that maybe will help you on time lapses and on something that you want really great speed on your use. Another great thing they have put on the version this here was something annoying that was cutting time to us on our days. You know, every time you wanted to drag a video into the timeline, you know that Vegas disable resample isn't the best, so we have really to take it off all of the times to not put it there, because it will screw up our footage, and the motion blur of Vegas isn't the best, as you know. So now Vegas has put a really great feature that will take off most of your time by going on properties, and on the resample mode you can just go here and change disable resample and press apply. That will take the resample resample of all of your project clips, and this will really take off much time from you. And now I am going to show you guys some BCC tools that Vegas implemented on this version, and I'm going to start with the extruded text. First of all, you have to go on media generators, titles and text, and drag some random sample text into here. Alright, after this you have to go under the video effects tab and look for extruded text, BCC extruded text. Just drop it up into the sample text we just created, and as you can see, it just deleted all the previous text we had. So now we have to launch a new text window. I'm going to type in text, for example, and I'm going to set apply. As you can see, it automatically created a 3D scene with 3D text with a no environment, of course, because we have nothing behind it, and we have a bunch of characters and properties we can mess in here. We can do, for example, text in circle, and it will automatically set the stuff in a midpoint, like an array, you know. And we have a lot of stuff to do here. I'm going to go with no preset for now, and you can also change the extrusion style here, for example. We have a lot of stuff here. We can check by yourself, because this world is really big, and it's all about you. You have to be the pioneer in here. The other thing I wanted to show you was the BCC chroma keyer effect. I'm going to drop here a green screen video I had with a bullet, for example, and let's see how fast and efficient this tool is on this kind of clip. I'm going to drag chroma key into there, write it up, go on color, and pick whip the green color we have. And as you can see, with just 1 second, it took all the green we have behind our bullet, and it's like cut off, clearly cut off. Of course, we have to do some adjustments, but it's really efficient and fast. You know, I'm going to put it above the other clip I had for you to see the difference and the transparency. Just to test it out. As you can see, it's almost perfectly recorded from the green screen we have. So I think that's all. In my opinion, I think you really should buy the new Vegas. Magix has really invested on it. I think it's a really great potential software. Each version they try to do their best, and so I think we should support them and not crack the software, if you know what I mean. Because when you're doing it, you're ruining their reputation, of course, and you're handling it up with glitches. Of course, you know, the cracks always do that, and as we know, they are not perfect. I really think you should support the artists and developers who do this. And if you want to buy this, in my opinion, you really should buy the full package, the suite version. And I think that's it, guys. I hope you like this kind of review. I did my best from what I have. And let me know if you have some kind of suggestions for other videos. And that's it. So see ya on my next video. Bye.